So on part 2 of what's impacting the bees and bees of 2023, let's look at the studies and all of the information which has already came forward about how radio frequencies, electromagnetic frequencies, and pesticides are impacting the bee population. So the first one that's playing a big factor on the bees is pesticides, and we don't ever talk about getting rid of these. We don't talk about getting rid of glyphosate and all these chemicals that are put all over the planet, but all of these studies, these are over 2,000 studies that have been shown that pesticides are impacting the health of the bee. Now remember, without the bee, we can't pollinate about 40% of all the crops. So we should probably get rid of all of this. So the next thing we can look at as a factor is EMF and radio frequencies. Now it's interesting, when bees are exposed to EMF, they become aggressive and they cannot think straight, which would cause confusion, which would damage them over time, right? Their navigation is impacted because everything is a frequency, just like GPS. Also, it led to a lot of collapse disorders being exposed to a lot of EMF. This is another factor in which we're not talking about as we roll out cell phone towers every 50 feet to try to put out the fastest internet ever. What will it do to our pollinators? Now, to make it even more interesting, this study right here talks about how there hasn't even been many studies on humans and the impacts from radiation, which is crazy because you're just selling people all this technology all the time. You can look at the book, The Invisible Rainbow, and if your bees are suffering, look into electroculture, copper, or shungite.